article at 2016 July 30th, Mike Carpenter, USA Today. It was a lot of articles at the time, but I picked this one. I ain't messed with ESPN. It had the basics that I need to hear, right? But I will send you this link and you can read this article, or you can go back and read other articles. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to scroll up and I'm going to put what I'm reading on the top of the line where you say USA Today. Okay, the former two-division champion was fed up with his longtime promoter Top Rank and believed his contract was legally expired. Bob Arum felt quite differently and saw a long drawn-out court battle ensued that resulted in Garcia earning a clean release in April from the Las Vegas-based promotional outfit. Okay, best of all, Mikey, he didn't have to pay a single cent other than his legal fees, of course. All right, so now we move up. We're going to scroll up. Now, the 20-year-old Garcia lost some prime years. He lost some prime years, about 2 years, right? A lot of momentum and even more money. But he finally set to return to the ring for the first time since January 2014, win against Burgers. Okay, Garcia had yet signed a promotion, blah, blah, blah. Listen, let me scroll up some more. I'm happy. I'm free to resume my career, said Garcia. It wasn't an easy fight, but I finally got what I wanted. I fought to the end just like a boxing match. This was to prove that fighters can win against promoters. Let me say that again. Was to prove that fighters can win against promoters. I read my contract and I didn't see how Top Rank could enforce an extension on me. Let me read that one again. I read my contract and I didn't see how Top Rank could enforce an extension on me. You cannot enforce a world title extension when you're not a champion. That's why I fought them. Fought for what I truly believe is right. I'm free and very excited to get back. I will come back stronger, better than... Okay, brother. Okay, let's scroll up some more. Let's see what it says up here. To score a release from Top Rank, Garcia enlisted in services of entertainment and sports attorney Brian J. Friedman. The Beverly Hills-based lawyer was confident. Wait, hold up. To secure his release from Top Rank, Garcia enlisted the services of entertainer and sports attorney Brian J. Friedman? Isn't that Crawford's lawyer at the time, at this point right now? That he's going after Bob Arum? Oh, so Friedman had his hands on Bob Arum before. Yeah, Friedman had his hands on Bob Arum before, and he won. All right, let's move on. The Beverly Hills-based lawyer was confident that the contract was no longer valid and was determined that they would win in court. But he cautioned Mikey that it's going to go through with a trial likely meant a long process and a lot of time on the sideline. So you see what I'm saying? He warned him. He said, listen, man, you're going to be on the sideline for a very long time. A year or two, you're going to lose some prime time, baby. All right, so much like Andre Ward, who had a lengthy, hideous form of a ring after court battle. All right, let me just go up. You can read that. In the late 2013, I'm on the top right. In the late 2013, Garcia made a decision knowing full well that this could go on 2 years and could not be able to get any money. Friedman told USA Today Sports. Let me scroll up, man. Sorry, I had a little drink, okay? The contract was running out. Our argument was that the contract was a good contract, but at best it would run out in August. This is what Arum. So Arum, a Harvard Law School graduate, told USA Sports, what's the point? Of running up legal fees if the contract had very little room to go? It was a few months. Enough is enough. I think we had proved our point. We had stood for our rights so that he was unable to break the contract and leave us. It took him over 2 years. This is Bob Arum. Scratching my voice with that voice. Arum argued that the company extended a generous offer for Garcia to fight champion Terrance Crawford in what would be a marquee fight. Bob Arum also claims Garcia priced himself out by asking for $2 million purse. Yo, man, Arum is something else. Arum said that Garcia, upon earning his release, agreed to dismiss claims with prejudice and that he would return to Top Rank, agreed to drop counterclaims against him. Wow. All right, so let me scroll up to what Freeman said about that. Freeman has a very different view on how all this shit went down. He said Arum's statement about Crawford offer was an absolute lie. I believe you, brother. The statement that let Mikey out of the contract because enough is absolute mistrust lie. Freeman said they let Mikey out of the contract because the federal judgment was about to issue a ruling. Okay, the federal judge was about to issue a ruling that they didn't want the rest of the fighters. This is a cold key right here. The rest of the fighters to see. And the ruling was that Mikey was not bound to fight solely for Top Rank. Whoa. Now, Bob Arum didn't want them to do this, right? Okay, let me scroll up. The ruling would have called into question of the legitimacy of every single Top Rank contract with their fighters. I would fight Bob Arum in the federal court, state court, or arbitration venue on the issues of whether the statement that he made is truthful. I will bet everything that I have and I would ever have on the fact that I was a complete and utter misrepresentation of any version of the truth. Let me go down. Okay, let me go up a little bit more. Freeman said that early in April, Top Rank wanted millions to let Garcia out of his contract. Damn. Then, an unfavorable trial hearing scared Top Rank. Wow, unfavorable trial hearing scared Top Rank. The lawyer that graduated from Harvard, right? And the company only requested a confidential agreement to serve severe ties. What the hell? Freeman declined to give them confidential because they wanted everybody to know the truth and the whole truth and nothing but the truth, right? That Mikey did this for all the fighters. Mikey did all this for all the fighters, could realize that it could stand up to anything they think that's unfair to win. That's right, baby. Do your thing, man. It's common in many fighter promoter agreements to have language stating that if a fighter wins a title, okay, so I think Michael had a title at the time, the contract is extended. That was a big point of the contentions of the case because Garcia eventually was stripped of the belt due to inactivity. The case to show the reference. Okay, let me scroll. Now, Garcia can put his behind, resume back to where he was won. All right, so basically, either he had a belt, he had to give it up, strip to get out that contract. That's the bottom line. That's all he had to do. Is either he gets stripped or he vacate the belt, whatever it is, man. But what they was trying to do is say, well, you got the belt, we can extend your contract. Foolishness. And Freeman laid down the law, and Bob Arum wanted a confidential so other fighters won't see. All right, so let me just say one thing about not the Spence fans, but the Spence channels that the Spence fans listen to when it comes between Bud Crawford versus Errol Spence. These channels, I salute any of these channels that is on Crawford's side when it comes to this lawsuit. Basically, I got nothing against you, brothers. I'm with you with that, man. Okay? When it comes to Bud Crawford and Errol Spence, that's a whole different story. But when it comes to this situation, I'm with you. And I just showed you the article with Mikey Garcia and how he had to sit on the sideline for 2 years and some of his prime time was gone. But he stood his ground and he got what he wanted. And basically he wanted the whole world to see. He wanted all the fighters to notice, you know, that just because Bob Arum got a Harvard degree, that's because he's been with Top Rank for 60 years. That's because he got Top Rank, and you know, well, we know that's Muhammad Ali's joint, Top Rank. But you know, just because he's been with Muhammad Ali and showing his representations and all this bull. Listen, I always didn't like Bob Arum. Just being honest. If you look at my videos, I always say Bob Arum's doing this and Bob Arum is doing that, and he flips here and he flips there and all this stuff like that. But I'll get back to that. But what I'm trying to say is that I feel that Crawford has a case. Is there winning and there's losing in this case? No. There's informing. There's letting people know. Okay. If he wins, he wins. If he loses, he wins. That's the way I see it. If they settle, that's winning, man. Okay. This situation ain't going to a judge. This is going to a jury, son. This is going to a jury. All right. So a lot of people, you know, they're saying that he can't win. Man, it's not really about winning sometimes. It's just about putting it out there. So if somebody else wants to attach themselves to that situation, as long as they got the proof that can represent them in court, well, if somebody heard it once and then all of a sudden they hear it twice, something's going on. Something's wrong, right? So I big up Bud Crawford for doing this. And I'm glad he did it at this time. You see, like, unlike Mikey Garcia, he did it, but he was still under Bob Arum. I like this, man, because right now, Bob Arum is like, this damn Crawford, he got my damn WBO belt. He did everything exactly in the right time, man. At the right time. After his contract was up, he showed his ass, man. He showed his black ass, man. And that's great, man. Sometimes, and I know a lot of Spence fans are saying, why he didn't do it sooner? Why did he resign? But listen, man, sometimes Crawford, he's respectable, but at the same time, he's a dog, and he don't give a damn about two shits. That's what I see in him. He don't give a damn about two shits. And he'll let you know. Just like he let Bob Arum know on that stage, like, listen, man, Bob Arum couldn't get me these fights. But the thing is that if it wasn't time at that time, we never knew what was in that contract and the reason why he resigned. We don't know everything. Just like we didn't know that to fight Mean Machine, he said, listen, he didn't really want to fight Mean Machine. When I read that thing, he said, well, there's going to be a penalty, Bob Arum, a $900,000 penalty, okay? Almost $1 million. You don't give me this fight with Spence. So that shows you right there. Crawford didn't want to. Crawford was not ducking Spence. Because in the contract it said, listen, man, if you don't get me that fight, Bob Arum, you don't give me that fight, Bob Arum, with Errol Spence, you getting penalized. Because you work for me. I don't work for you. You work for me. And you're going to get penalized $900,000. Right? After that Mean Machine shit. Right? Goloski or whatever his name is, right? So, certain things you don't know, just like you don't know that was in the contract, it was certain things you didn't know. And then you say, damn, well, but you keep going back in the past about why he's resigned. Brother, get the fuck out the past. We're right here in the present. He's out of his contract. He got that belt, that WBO belt. Man, don't get rid of that belt. Hold that belt, because that's gonna do wonders for you right now, man. Not just because not with the court case, but with Spence situation, like I always said, right? But other than that, people saying, well, the race, listen, man, Bob Arum said so many things to this man. He said, I can't buy a house in Beverly Hills, or whatever, you know the story. He slandered Bud Crawford's name. He slandered his name, man. Misrepresentation, I can't say the word properly, right? But he slandered this man's name. So now you got other promoters looking at him like, I don't know if I want to. So you messed up his money. You messed up his movements. All right? Then you say, Al Heyman don't exist. No, because y'all talking about, oh, he can't win because of this race situation. But it's the things he says that shows that's his philosophy, why he think that we can't make certain fights. See, it's not that he's racist. It's not that. Well, it is that. But it's the way the money's moving. And it's the way the matchmakers are moving. Based on his philosophy that he feels that black fighters don't sell. Al Heyman,
he don't exist. Oh, Al Heyman is saying that telling black fighters don't work with white promoters, right? And all this shit. So you got slander, you got misreputation, you got negligence, you got breach of contract. You got all these things, dude. You don't think this man got a case? You don't think this man got a case? And he got the lawyer, Mikey Freeman, got the same lawyer. So this man had his hands on Bob Arum. He had his hands on Bob Arum already. And he know how he moves, man. He know how he moves. So this is easy work, man. This is easy work. So regardless if you win or lose, he's putting it out there. You slander my name, Bud Crawford? You slander my name? Well, guess what? I'm going to slander yours. And now that reputation is going to be with you for the rest of your life, or whatever life you have left, brother. Whatever life you have left. I'm not, you know, I don't like to talk about people's lives and shit like that because I want to live my fullest life too. So I hear people, you know, say, but hey, man, it's not that serious, man. Whatever life you have left, you know, or your top rank corporation, things got to change. Things got to change. And then I hear, I had to let you know that I'm for Spence channels when they start saying I'm with Crawford on this situation. I got no problems with your brothers. I got no problems with your brothers. Even though some of these brothers, you know, like best fight the best. I don't give a fuck, man. Best fight, Toby, top ranked Toby and shit like that. But even him, I didn't want to hear anything. I just commented it. Man, I just commented. I said, man, I don't even want to hear what this nigga I say, man. I said, you've been spitting on Crawford. But I sit back and said, let me listen. Let me listen. And at first he was like, no, he ain't gonna win, he gonna win. He's not gonna win. But then all of a sudden the lawyer came up and explained to him, oh, he got a case. Oh, he got a case, all right. And then all of a sudden he's like, yeah, he do got a case. You know, there's no winning and losing in this situation. Okay? Bud Crawford is at 35 years old. He's out of a contract. He's out of a contract. So they ain't no, to me, he ain't got, and he got that belt that Bob Arum is losing sleep on. Because he ain't got that belt. You see what I'm saying? Another thing I be thinking about Errol Spence fans, this is really about Crawford and this thing, but, you know, when it comes to Bob Arum, right? You know, his word is born with Bud Crawford fans, Errol Spence fans, Manny Pacquiao fans too. When he says something that adjusts to your fighter and that you want to push, but we need to stop the dude. We gotta stop doing that, bro. We gotta stop doing this. Cause like, let me give you an example. Let me give you an example, and then I'm gonna show you the example, right? But we all know, all raise your hand, right? Raise your hand, whatever. We all know that Bob Arum said this, right? He said that I stopped the fight. I hate that, it's so scratchy. I'm not gonna do it. I stopped the fight because I was so interested. I was so worried about Manny Pacquiao. I was so worried about Manny Pacquiao health. You wasn't worried about Manny Pacquiao health when you fought Jeff Horn in Australia. And you did a co-promotion with Duco Promotions over there in Australia. And you wasn't worried about it. And you said, oh, it was a fair fight. You wasn't worried about the referee, not a blind eye to the headlocks, the rabbit punches, the elbows, right? And a lot of other channels is like, yeah, Jeff Horn won. Knowing damn well Jeff Horn didn't win. Knowing damn well the referee, but the hatred of this man, this Manny Pacquiao, that you was happy and everything was curry and everything was successful, that he lost because that's what you wanted for him to do. All right? So we got to watch out. And let me show you the example. I'm going to show you an example because I could flip what Bob Arum say too. Watch what I say about, and this is something that he said way before everybody's on that shit about Bob Arum was worried about Manny Pacquiao health and his brain and him getting mongoloid from getting all these punches in the head and shit. Watch this. Watch this.
Bob, Manny Pacquiao's coming back November 5th out here. Do you think he's going to be really keeping a close eye on this Crawford-Postol fight? What do you think?
I know that he will. I talked to Michael Kahns, and they got the times that it's going to be shown in the Philippines Sunday morning, Saturday night. And Manny says that he'll watch, and if he doesn't, if it coincides with church, he'll go to church and tape it and watch it. But he will, by Sunday night, have seen the fight.
Got you. Terrance Crawford, if he were to win, did you always feel he was a fighter who could be competitive with a Manny Pacquiao, that he's ready for that kind of stage?
Well, I don't know. A lot of my matchmakers think that Manny is too much for him. One thing about Terrance is that he is vulnerable to a good southpaw puncher. He leaves himself open a little bit. So the question is, Manny, who's a terrific puncher, if he nails Crawford, what happens? That's a good fight, though. I would pay to see that fight.
All right. And that was the Postal. That was when Crawford was to fight the Postal. Victor Postal. And actually, everybody was on that Victor Postal shit, and they thought that Victor Postal was going to be Crawford. It wasn't Crawford being Postal. That was on that Eastern European joint. That was like, okay, it looked like we might have an Eastern European winning this match or whatever, right? But it didn't work out that way. It didn't work out that way, man, right? So, as time, Bob Arum, he's flippy, but that's his job as a promoter. Well, a corrupt promoter, when it works to his benefit, when it works to his race, not the white race. I'm not talking about that race. I'm talking about the green race. That's all that matters, man. That's all that matters. Yes, there's bias and there's stereotypes that he has in his brain and stuff like that that could attribute to the moves he make with the matchmaking. And to me, if you think that black fighters don't sell, well, you sending a message out there that could be used in court. If you're saying that another promoter is telling black fighters don't deal with white promoters, it is what it is. Or there's a lot of stuff, man, that you could go back and see why matches was not made up. So Crawford, when he's talking about the race and he's using the race card, it's just basically saying that I have proof to show that if you feel like black fighters don't sell, well, I'm black and Errol Spence is black. You owe me $900,000. You owe me $900,000. Breach of contract, right? You promised me this fight with Errol Spence. But everybody think that I resign and I'm ducking and this and that and the guarantee and I'm a coon and all that shit. Yeah. See how the tables turn now? See how the tables turn. And now Crawford is doing something that no one else is doing. Right? And a lot of people say, well, he's just doing it to make promotion. And hey, listen, if it's promotion, fine. But it's promotion, getting what he's supposed to get back, right? And standing up for what he believed, just like Mikey. But he did it at the right time. Mikey was stuck for 2 years. Yes, Crawford resigned. Like I said, we don't know what was the reason why he resigned. We don't know what the reason was why he resigned. But that was in the past. If y'all keep bringing it up in the future and trying to scratch your head and trying to figure out, well, why did he do this and why did he do that? Just like I said, that $900,000 in the contract, you didn't know that, he didn't want to fight Mean Machine. But he did it. He fought him. Same thing with Kell Brook and all this shit. And waiting at the last minute, I thought he was ducking all this shit. And sometimes you can't read between the lines. Sometimes you just can't read between the lines because the contract is not there for you to read. But I'm watching his movements now. And if his movements are telling me something about, it's making my head, I'm scratching my head because I'm trying to figure out this and that in the past. But the movements now, it's like, whoa, what the hell? Well, that tells me he wasn't happy on the moves that he made, but he did it on account of whatever it was. Whatever it was. But now it's a new day. Remember Bob Arum? It's a new day. Yeah, the same thing with this Porter fight. It's a new day. Oh, wait a minute. I think I got that. Let me show you that video, because it's a new day.
I mean, what good does it mean what I want to do? Because it's what the fighter wants. And what he wants to do, I'll have to talk to him after the fight.
How difficult was it to negotiate the Porter-Crawford fight?
No, very easy, because we've established a good relationship with BBC. They're good guys, and we made a deal that everybody liked. BBC, ourselves, Porter, and Crawford. So the fighters are making a lot of money, and there'll be a lot of money to divide up with the fighters.
So look, this man is a lot of lies, yo. They got along, kumbaya, everybody got along. No, that shit went to purse bid, right? And I think you paid Porter $4 million or something, and it was played on Top Rank and all kinds of shit. But he make it sound like, it's a new day. It's a new day, right? Nigga, yeah, it is a new day. It is a new day, man. So I don't want to make this video too long. I'm just letting you know that as channels, yeah, we might not get along when it comes to, I'm an Errol Spence fan, I'm a Manny Pacquiao fan, I'm a Bud Crawford fan, but the main thing is when it comes to Bob Arum, I really don't like when these channels use Bob Arum to say this when it comes to their fighter. Let's leave him out of this, man. And listen, whatever he say, but ain't word is born, man, because he lies. He already said Mikey Garcia priced himself out with $2 million to fight Crawford. And Mikey got more than that fighting other fighters, right? Okay, well, I'm going to go through the whole thing. But he priced himself out, right? Right? Come on, man. Yo, we all know Bob Arum, man. We've been here, been there, done that, man. So that's my problem with Bob Arum and these channels. Yo, every time I hear this man talk, and you say, oh, Bob Arum, he was trying to save Manny Pacquiao, I be getting so pissed because I'm like, yo, bro, if you heard the video I heard about him before he fought Crawford fought Victor Postol, he said it was a bad matchup. Crawford get hits a lot, right? And so on and so on. And one minute he's saying this one. So all I'm saying is, man, Crawford, this is about you. You do what you got to do. And I hope you set a trend. Because we need this. We also need this with these damn sanctioning bodies. We also got to get these sanctioning bodies, man. And these rankings, man. Sometimes these rankings is unbelievable, and I don't understand it, man. Like how they be putting rankings and shit like that, and they, like this shit. Listen, anyway, I'm not here for you to change I'm not here to change your mind. I'm here for you to read between the lines. And right now it's Friday. It's cold as hell in Brooklyn. I'm about to have a drink and a cigar. Yeah, something. Right? And I'm just going to chill. And like I said, Crawford is stress-free. So my last video, and I got a next video coming up. This is this video, but I got a next video coming up with Errol Spence. And what he going to do. And what he going to do. Because I'm not letting this up. Just like how y'all not letting this up when it comes to Bud Crawford fighting Bruce Ennis. I'm not letting up, man. I'm a Manny Pacquiao fan. Like I said, I'm not a big Crawford fan, and I'm not a big Errol Spence fan. But I like these two brothers, and I want to see this fight happen. Whatever happens will happen. But I still have Crawford beating Errol Spence. And a lot of people, and don't get me wrong, I'm just But then sometimes I be thinking Errol Spence might clip Crawford, because I feel Crawford, like I have felt with Manny Pacquiao, that Crawford has a suspect chin. But he's a dog, man. And Crawford is a dog, man. And I feel like, I don't know, man. Sometimes it's a 50-50 fight when it comes to who I think is going to win. But at the same time, I'm like, damn. You know how you know when these two came together, right? And Bob Arum was standing there, and I think what you call it, Errol Spence had the red hoodie, and Crawford's like up in his face, both up in his face. Yo, you know who's the alpha. You know who's the alpha. When you see these two brothers come together and they talking that shit, I had Crawford, man. I smelled alpha on this dude all day, and Errol Spence felt it too. Errol Spence felt it too. Yeah, he ain't scared of Bud Crawford. But in that conversation them two had, and Bob Arum was standing right there, I just felt Crawford had that alpha. I just smelt it on him, man. From just watching, I just smelt it on him, man. He ain't backing down for shit, bro. So we could kill that noise right now. I'm picking Crawford. Even though I feel like he got a suspect chin. If it was Manny Pacquiao and Crawford, I would have picked Manny, right? But when it comes to Errol Spence and Crawford, man, I don't know what kind of Errol Spence is gonna come in there now. I don't know. And besides, what kind of Errol Spence is coming in now? That's not the point. I know Errol Spence wasn't knocking anybody out, so that's why I give Crawford a chance that he gonna tag up Errol Spence. He gonna tag up Errol Spence because I think he has more tools in his toolbox to do so. Basically, that's all I'm saying. So, as brothers, yeah, we get on each other. We don't like our opinions and shit. I try to go on the channels and explain my, opinions, and, Errol Spence fans like to say, I'm going to cook you. Sometimes they just be saying shit and don't have no reasoning. When you trying to reason, they don't want to hear details. But this is why I got my own channel now. This is why I got my own channel. And I'm going to let you know one thing right now. Before I had my channel, I would listen to channels that you don't like and you might like. It doesn't matter if it's Thunderdome with Anthony. It doesn't matter if it's 78 and you don't like him. It don't matter if it's Trail. I'll be listening to 78, so let's get funky. Get on down. I was listening to these channels. I used to listen to all these channels. You might not like them. And listen, sometimes I listen to channels that I really hate. But I swallow my pride. I swallow my emotions and my feelings, and I take it on the chin. I take it on the chin. And I'm like, damn, I hate this motherfucker. Same thing with Best Fight the Best. Sometimes I love him, sometimes I hate him. And I'm still going to get on your case sometimes because, like I said, you're my example. Sometimes you just be saying shit, man. Right? But at the end of the day, we got to learn to not just want to just pop off on each other, man. We gotta love each other, man. From a distance, though. From a distance. But when it starts to get too hot, we gotta learn how to back up. And that's why I hear some other channels, they say, I don't listen to other channels. Why not? Listen to the channels you don't like. It gives you ambition. Even good channels that I like gives me ambition because they give me good ideas. And bad channels that I don't like, I listen. It gives me ambition. They teach me. So when it's time to put my spin on my shit and my ideas and my philosophy on something, I say, yeah, well, you gave me a good idea. It does make sense. Maybe I could show you an example of what he's talking about. That's it. Because like I said, there ain't nothing new under the sun, brother. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Everything is recyclable. It's just a different face. That's it. Or a different race. That's it, man. We all going through it. Basically, we all going through it, man. So I'm not here to change your mind. I'm here for you to read between the lines. And now since we got the contract with the legal papers, and we could read between the lines, because there was some other things in those papers that I didn't really get to listen, but I'm going to go through it, and we're going to figure out some stuff. But other than that, I'm moving on. I'm back on Errol Spence and Bud Crawford. Because I'm focused, man. I'm focused. And I'm back on that. Whatever happened with the legal issues, hey, fine. It's just icing on the cake for Bud Crawford. At the age of 34, going on 35. Win or lose, I just hope we see the Errol Spence and Crawford fight. All right, let me go get my drink. Have a good day. I'm happy today. I'm smiling, right? I'm not mad. See?